Kia ora Cancerians, welcome to your general tarot reading for the month of April 2023. These readings are for the intention of providing clarity, guidance, healing, inspiration, awareness. I tap into the collective energy using my intuition, and I use the cards as a tool to read a story. So let's get into your reading for the Cancerian collective. Before I started this reading, I had dropped all of the cards on the floor. So I don't know if that means anything, but we'll see. Cancer, April 2023. Yeah, I think that's too many cards. I'll stuff it. I'm going to take them. I'm going to do 3 of Swords, Strength, 3 of Coins, King of Wands, 5 of Swords, High Priestess, 2 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Devil, Balance, and the Hierophant. Okay, so let's see what I can get from this. Straight away, heartbreak, hurt, disappointment has made you stronger. It's made you into this strong woman, okay? So, woman or man, whoever you are. Heartbreak brings lessons. This can be related to the past, recent past, or current energy. Heartbreak makes you stronger. We have the Strength card. It also makes you more experienced, more poised. It cultivates self-control. Strength of character. But it also gives a cloak of reserve, all right, in which we can block or put up defenses over our heart space. Because pain it's not an enjoyable experience, but it is one that's universal, and it is one that is continuously, we continuously have painful, disappointing, heartbreaking moments in life, and these can either make us weak or destroy us and create turmoil in our lives, or it can make us stronger, more resilient, more persevering, more loving. There's a depth of love or a depth of emotion that comes from a place of pain, right? So these tears are one of beauty, learning. But also it's the lesson of life, and I feel like Cancerian, you are in this energy. And so the Strength is taking you to focus on your Queen. The way that this man here is focused intently on the Pentacle tells me that he's focused on his work, he's focused on his craft, he's focused on building some kind of financial, material, 3D stability. And this can require you to collaborate with another person or with other people. In some way, the 3 of Coins represents collaboration, right? Working together to build something of value. And there's 2 letters in here, which I only picked up couple of days ago when I pulled this card. So it's the letter C and the letter M may be of significance, but there's some kind of skill set that you may have that you're focused on, and it's building momentum, okay? It's building some kind of stability, increasing value and financial foundation. It's a foundation that you've probably already experienced it because of these two pentacles that he's already been working on, these two pentacles, and they kind of sit up above him in a way that's he knows what he's doing. Okay, so Cancerians, you may be focusing your energy on work, on finances. King of Wands energy with the 5 of Swords. Yeah, you've learnt from your losses for sure. This is when we win from a loss, or we had to lose something in order to win. And however that was done doesn't matter. However, you may have some regrets. You may have some regrets about taking your power back, taking your confidence back, taking your creative, passionate, intense sense of direction. The King of Wands is very passionate, but he's also very fiery. Some of you may use your anger in a positive way. I feel like King of Wands, he uses his more passionate side, his anger and his desires to create. He uses it to create and build and take action in a very confident way, and it can be mistaken for being arrogant at times. But it's almost like this win at all costs attitude. It's like Cancerians have this attitude in April of you're going to win or you're going to succeed at all costs, and you don't care who loses on that journey or what losses you take. You're inspired deeply to be successful on building for your own stability, your own material growth and abundance. And I like that, because that's the lesson you learn from heartbreak, right? You learn to be stronger. You learn to focus on the things that will, in the long run, be a better outcome, a better investment. And it's like taking no prisoners. You're taking action, and you don't care about the losses or who loses or gets in the way, which is kind of different for a Cancer. All right. High Priestess, looking towards the future path. You may have two directions you want to take or two options, but you're using your intuition. It's like you're going through this process of heavily relying on your intuition, your spiritual knowledge. You're finding answers, or you're allowing those answers for a correct path, to choose the correct path moving forward. You're opening up to you really heavily, I feel, to spirit, to your intuitive knowledge, that inner voice, that knowing, that deep knowing, and that deep understanding as well. And it's about gathering as much help from the ethers or the higher being whoever is your creator, in order to take the right path forward. Because you have regrets. Yeah. The disappointment, probably related to the heartbreak, the disappointment, that loss. You have been focused so much on the cups that were lost, the emotional trauma, the emotional loss, the loss of something that was once fulfilling. So that focus is now changing. It's changing because she, instead of seeing the loss and focusing on the regret of the past, heartbreak, she doesn't see that there's 2 cups that are still full. They are still full with wine, and the wine represents emotional fulfillment. And this could be a specific person because it's the 2 of cups, right? So 3 cups are spilt, they're smashed, they're not coming back. They're not magically putting themselves together. So the need for Cancerians in the month of April to focus on the positives, on what you do have, which is these 2 beautiful cups still standing, and taking your focus away from that. And that requires a sense of gratitude for what you do have. And once she lifts her head to see that, everything changes. And then she realizes that the 2 of cups are actually the source, are a blessing, right? It's a blessing to have someone in your life who is the mutual, like a mirror. It's a mirror image, okay? It's a mirror soul or a mirror reflection of you, and it's mutual on both sides. And so you create this sacred connection, sacred unity, sacredness within the 2 cups. It's a very special thing. And I love that they come after the 5 of cups, because this tells me, Cancerians, that you're finally lifting your head up to see that and to focus on that. So that's really positive. I really like that for you. Because there was deception, there was you were bound to this heartbreak, or you felt like you were bound to it, like there was no escape. The way that the devil attaches the chains to this cage is an attachment that is unhealthy, and your regrets, or the attachment to the regret and the pain and the loss, or the focus on it, was a chain that had you bound. But the beauty of this is the cage that this man is, he looks like he's caged up, but the door is open. And so I feel, Cancerians, you are seeing, not only looking up to see the 2 cups that are there, but you're also looking up from out of this bound situation where you felt like you were chained, and you're seeing the door open, and therefore you can remove yourself from that. You always had the power, but that's how devil energy works, is that it keeps you confined from seeing you can be free, right? So you come out of the cage and you have these options again, 2 of Pentacles, juggling, also balancing, 2 polarities. You come out of the cage that bound you and you realize that you're free. This could be the cage behind him. You realize you're free and you have options, and you have 2 pathways, right? And it's like his hands are free in the air to choose, and you're able to choose. You have the power back, your self-control, your ability to make actions based on what it is you desire, not based on what you are bound to or chained to in the past regret. So with that comes the ultimate faith. All right, we have faith. So this is Hierophant energy. This Hierophant is in prayer. This is having absolute trust and faith in yourself, but not only yourself, but in the divine, and whoever is your divine creator, or who you look to for divine guidance. And it's relying on that is going to help you in the month of April. So I really like this for you Cancerians. These 2 pentacles or 2 options also remind me of the 2 pentacles that you've already worked on and the 3 of coins. So you already know, it's like you're going back to what you know, or the skills, the value, perhaps the finances that you have already gained, and they're trusted. You know, you can rely on those pentacles. So there's something about you having to rely on something material, financial, that you already have within your environment that you can use. All right. Perhaps you're going back to an old career, or you're going back to an old skill or hobby, or you could be going back to something like financial, relying on that financial security and moving forward. So let's see, what do I want to clarify here? I want to clarify, tell me about this heartbreak. We'll start with that. Tell us more about this heartbreak, this painful situation that Cancerians have been bound to. Clarify the 3 of Swords. Clarify the 3 of Swords. Okay. Have we got 3 cards? This is something that you probably, that made, like with the Hermit, you probably kept it to yourself, or you'd had to do a lot of introspection. You had to do a lot of thinking, a lot of introspection, a lot of contemplation. You contemplated on this pain, on this situation. Just the way she's holding this just makes me think of holding it and contemplating it. So yeah, and it really has so you've been thinking on it, which is that regret, contemplating it, holding it, you've been holding on to it. And so now the Magnus, or the Magician, this is the alchemist who creates or manifests that which he wants. So, and then death, yeah, which is transition, all right? Transition. So this pain has been transformed into strength. So you mustered up all your strength, all the tools, all the resources that you had. May have taken some time. May have something to do with animals, because we have birds here, a cat, in order to gain your strength, but you transmuted the pain. So death is when we transform or transmute energy into its next form, okay? Or we put a rest, we put an end, we put an ending to a situation. And so you've put an ending, this is just clarifying the 3 of Swords, heartbreak, disappointment. You held on to it because you thought you took it in, and you internalized it, and you contemplated on it, and you had time to think, okay? But you manifested transformation. So you're putting an end to it in April. And that transmutation process turned it into strength. And now you're using it to build. to work on your building your stability and your finances again. And you're taking action, and you're not giving consideration to anything that's going to get in your way, regardless. It's like you've built a tough skin now, so you don't care how other people are going to react or feel moving forward. All right, so I really like that. I might just get one on that Two of Cups connection, clarifying the Two of Cups, please, and then I'll get some oracle messages. King of Pentacles, so the connection could be around a King of Pentacles who's stable, reliable, grounded, practical, earthy, earth signs. This could be you or the other person. Two of Cups. What am I clarifying next? We've got Empress. What's that? So it could be something to do with stability as well. So yeah, could be a stable foundation here. The Two of Cups, stable connection, foundation, practical, home, life. Faith, tell me about the Hierophant. Faith requires you to make focused decisions and very logical decisions, making firm decisions, okay, based on the experience that you have when it comes to this faith, and also communication. So communicating your firm boundaries, communicating your firm truth, communicating in a way that is very focused, very intentional, and keeping those boundaries, right, when it comes to your faith, and how you need to 100%, 120% rely and trust on that, because that's what's going to take you forward from April. So, Cancerians, let's get a couple of oracle cards to finish the reading. I think my battery's going to go flat, so hopefully if it cuts out, apologies in advance. Okay, couple flipped over. We have love and light, act with care. So taking acts based on caring for oneself. Coming back into that love and light energy. Dark night of the soul. Yep, you went through a dark night of the soul with that heartbreak and that pain, but you transmuted it, and now life brings new meaning. So some of you will be having like coming out of that dark night of the soul energy, that pain, that disappointment, and turning it into new meaning, turning it into inspiration to take action on a new life, on a new, something that brings you some meaning, okay, in a new way. And that may be what you need to do if you haven't already. Open intuition, seek clarification. Yeah, opening your intuition, that high priestess energy. She's opening up now for clarity and answers. So asking in your prayers, in your meditation, asking for guidance, how to move forward. Spiritual evolution, set your heart free. You're setting your heart free now. You've overcome and transmuted this pain. Now it's time for you to be in the King of Wands energy and take action. No bars held. You're out of the devil energy or the binding that you thought you were bound to. So now you're free to keep moving and evolving spiritually. Living light energy, see the beauty in life. Yeah, it's about seeing that beauty in life. The beauty that comes from pain is a special kind of beauty. It's not, your surface level beauty. It's something that comes from deep inside, and that strength that we have to pull out within us. So you're, seeing that now. Third eye vision, reclaim your mind. Exactly, reclaim what you're good at, your skills, your experience, things that you've learned along the way. That Three of Pentacles energy was all about focusing on building abundance in your coin, right, in your material world. So keeping your vision clear and guarding your energy. Of course, you need to keep guarding your energy. The Queen of Swords that we saw, she makes decisions that are firm. She makes very tough boundaries, and she does that because she doesn't want to waste her energy moving forward. She doesn't want to waste time on trivial decisions or trivial matters, or making trivial choices that will not benefit her in the direction that she's trying to head towards. So Cancerians, I hope that this reading was able to provide something for you to take, and if it did, please like and subscribe to support my channel. I will see you again at the next reading. Ka kite anō.